If you're not great at keeping plants alive, this just might be the thing that changes that. No mess, less stress, just gorgeousness. You'll be surprised how easy it is. They basically take care of themselves. I'm Adam from Dirty Roots Berlin, and today we are going to take a closer look inside of my lab cabinet while I explain a little bit about how I like to grow my plants in water. So let's take a look inside. This method works because it requires minimal effort and anybody can do it. You don't need soil, you don't need to remember some weird watering routine, and honestly, you don't even need to be good at it. It's one of the easiest ways to keep plants alive. But here's what you need: a jar, a glass, a boiling flask, a test tube, maybe a coconut shell, basically anything you want so long as it holds water. And of course, obviously, you're gonna need some water. For the most part, tap water is totally fine, even if you think the water in your area is not the best quality. It's usually more than good enough for what we're gonna be doing here anyway. So then last but not least, you obviously need a plant, and ideally a plant that likes living in water. So think pothos or monstera, philodendron, or lucky bamboo if you're feeling vaguely spiritual. I even recommend you try plants that are not super famous to be grown in water, because, I mean, why the fuck not? I'm usually surprised at what survives. Even cactus and succulents can grow in water and survive long term. You cut the stem with a few nodes, you stick that into your vessel, and you make sure that those nodes are underwater. And now I usually wait about 24 hours after I've taken my cutting to let it callus, unless it's a cactus or a succulent, in which case I usually wait a couple of weeks. But that's it. No repotting and no mess, unless you screw it up. Now, we talked about the setup, and it sounds pretty easy, but light still matters. Your plant is not going to survive and thrive in that dark corner. Here's what I suggest. Find the sweet spot. It's somewhere with bright, indirect light, so not directly in front of a window where the sun hits it all day, but close enough that it gets some natural brightness. If it's too dark, your plant might get leggy or just stop growing altogether. And if it's too sunny, the water heats up. Algae can grow and your plant ends up sad and floppy, or worse, dead and rotten. Now, let's talk about my favorite part about growing plants in water. There's no watering schedule, just changing the water whenever it starts looking disgusting. Generally, the more light it gets, the faster this happens, but there can be a variety of reasons that things go bad. My other favorite part is that they look cool as fuck, and honestly, if they don't, you might want to check a couple of things. Are the roots mushy? Is the water murky? Is it getting too much or too little light? Are there signs of pests? Usually, it just needs a quick water change, maybe a rinse off, and a better spot. And you can always remove some of the rotten part, because if you don't, it'll probably get worse. So yeah, just go ahead and remove the rotten part. It will for some time. You will see when you observe closely. I have had this cabinet going for the past 5 years without much work. I check on it maybe once a month or so, and that's it. They grow roots, they look pretty, and they just kind of do their thing. It's honestly the easiest way I have found to grow plants indoors without overthinking and without overdoing it. If you've never tried this, definitely give it a shot and let me know how it goes. If you want to know more about plants, then you can subscribe or don't. I don't care. Do whatever the fuck you want.